so much fun.
How many goals did you kick out there?
I don't really know.
He kicked so many he lost count, ladies and gentlemen. That's how he went. Now, who do you go for in the AFL?
The Cat,
Who's your favourite player?
Corey Enright and Gary Ablett and Jimmy Bartell.
Surprise, surprise. What is it that you like about the NAB Oz kick, Corey? About time you said something now.
Kicking goals and hand passing and slipping into mud.
Yeah, beautiful slipping in the mud. I love it too, mate. You are our NAB AFL Oz Kicker of the Week. You take that on, young man. Do you think the Cats can beat Fremantle tomorrow?
Yes.
Good on you, Corey. That is Corey Daniel. To slightly more serious issues, though, the injury concerns for Carlton. The main one relates to Brock McLean. Now, he's only played 31 out of 61 minutes tonight. He looks like he's got a back issue. He's had the Nurophens, the painkillers, a couple of times. He's been on and off the ground. He just doesn't look like he's moving that well across the surface. The other one, Hutto, you asked about at the end of the quarter was Chris Yarran. He came off, looked to have a bit of a slight knock to the knee. They put him on the bike, though. He is right to go. But the main concern out there for the Blues revolves around Brock McLean.
He's had just 2 disposals so far, and they've been beaten in the midfield, not so much in the clearances, but they just need to get more hands to the ball. Start of the third quarter, you've been asking for a dust. We expect a bit more pressure maybe at the start of this quarter.
Just so much riding on this game as Paddy Ryder pushes forward. They're going to start him in the goal square again, which is a good move. Jamison will probably pick him up, but for a game that has so much on it, Tim, we know that the Bombers haven't lost their first 3 games for such a long period of time. If they do, where does their season go? They lead by 10 points. Carlton as well, with an enormous amount to play for. You think there'll be some more intensity? You think there'll be a bit more, I suppose, contested footy in the start of this second half? Cruising forward as well.
I was just dying for Corey, our young Oz kicker, to say his 2 favourite players were Corey Enright and Joel Corey.
It would have made sense. 10 points is the margin as we start the third quarter. And it falls for Murphy, who's been under a lot of pressure from Welsh's, but a very good close checking game. Young Melsham again in the thick of it. Warnock this time. Bombers getting numbers to the contest again. Jordan Russell toes it through. There's a bit of heavy contact there. It's gone the Blues' way anyway. Murphy and Robinson, after Carazzo had done the bullocking work, to full forward. Eddie Betts needed to be a little taller. That's not likely to happen.
Again, the forward structure for Carlton there just not really working with any sort of fluidity. It was an open situation. They had space, but really couldn't get an appropriate target happening.
Blues deep in attack. Cruiser just slapping and hoping. Hooker. Almost as good as a kick up to the middle. Lonigan. And they've done well. Dyson, Reimers playing in front.
Ryder one-on-one
with Jamison. And again, he takes the mark. And it's all open inside the 50. Sets it up. Zaharakis. Oh, Russell did very well. Now, look away now if you don't like seeing, well, a few nasty little things, because this is the toll the game takes on our players. Aaron Joseph there just before half-time.
Obviously well hydrated. Here's Gibbs. The Blues make the takeaway for Houlihan, but Dempsey in front did enough. Well, he was pushed in the back, in the estimable opinion of Ray Chamberlain. Dempsey sitting it for Stanton. Walker over the top. Dash, you made the point at half-time, and I think it was a very good one, that there's been a shortage of creative build-ups to goals in this match, but Essendon have been far more effective in that regard, although they probably have fewer orthodox target forwards. Here's Winderlick. Murphy, though, for the Blues. Been well constrained all night. He's gone here for holding it.
And again, an opportunity for goal from a tackle, some defensive pressure. It was a really strong effort from Winderlick. This is where we've seen the Bombers get a bit of an advantage. They've worked a little bit better around stoppages, tackled a little stronger.
No prior opportunity there, and of course if your hand passing arm is held, you've got no hope. Winderlick from just inside 50, and he's missing on the near side. So the Bombers are 2 goals 9 since, or rather 3 goals 9 since quarter time.
Kick goes for Scotland.
Yours, mate.
Onto his trusty left. Robinson. To half forward. Henderson over Fletcher. No. Fletcher's been doing it for about 18 seasons now. And he's still got at least another one in him. Crowd very passive at the moment too, reflecting of what you've been talking about, Das. Around the corner, Melsham out on the full. Scotland might have to backtrack a little here first of all. Walker into the middle. Russell. Henderson giving him a target way out to the other side, but that's low percentage stuff. Goes back to Jamison. Can hear the frustration in the crowd with the ball movement of the Blues. Not sure going in the Fletcher direction was all that smart, really. And now I'm sure it wasn't, as Watson powers forward for Ryder. Did he mark it? He did. Some in the crowd thought it might have bounced, but it looked clean enough. Watson and Remus can sort it out. They did. Remus takes the mark.
Dennis.
Hocking the unlikely forward target. Oh, I thought that was reasonable body work from Russell. The umpire disagrees.
I tended to agree with you, Hado, at the time. I thought that Russell really had to give a contest. I thought he got himself in pretty good position.
Favours the left boot of Hocking, and he does the simple logistics, works them out and pops it through.
I'm looking forward to seeing this one again. So you can see Jordan Russell goes back, then turns around, gives a decent contest. I don't know much more you can do as a defender. I know he didn't have his eyes initially on the ball, but
by the time the ball came, he did.
I thought he played it really well. See some frustration on the face of Brett Ratton. This is why Jordan Russell, as a defender, that's exactly how you want to play it. You can glance back at your opponent. When the footy comes in, you've got to make the footy your objective. He did it perfectly. Poor decision. Cost the Blues a goal.
His players must be pretty confused as to what they can and can't do. Now, the Bronx, I don't think, is for McLean, who's had a lean night. It's for the fact that Carlton have been awarded a free, but there's a 50-metre penalty, which will bring joy to those fans who are delivering the raspberry. McLean can have a shot at goal from 30 metres out.
Maybe this will spark some intensity into the game. I'm trying not to be disrespectful, but I've almost got the feeling tonight of a bit of an intra-club practice game. Everyone's just happy to go about their business. No one really getting too animated.
Not sure how much his kicking will be restricted by the back injury that he has. Maybe it is pretty severely, because that was a poor effort under normal circumstances, and it's a miss that Carlton couldn't afford. They trailed by 17 points.
Dempsey gets it safely to Winderlich, and now they can run again, but the kick was run down initially from Collier, but Dempsey backs up, and they've got extra bodies here, the Bombers. They just couldn't get it safely along the next line. Jordan Russell, fairly ambitious. Jamison across half back to Robinson. They've been pretty listless, to be honest, the Blues so far. They need to lift. Will it be sparked by Robinson? Goes long and deep. Yaron able to double back on Hurley, but Fletcher backing up nicely. And again, they can run and gun the Bombers. Windlick's got some issues here, and Lucas might make them pay. Betts, McLean, he's run down by Hurley. Bombers not giving an inch. Well done in that last line. Dempsey to hooker, and they're off and going again. This is the young man in Collier. Oh, high contact, the umpire said. It was marginal.